It's been more than 2 decades without any answers. A prominent figure in the Miwok tribe and Sacramento Native American Caucus murdered in his home back in 2001, and no one has been charged with his death. Tonight, our Jeannie Nguyen shares new details in the case and his family's fight for justice.
I always went to him for direction, for advice and guidance.
Matthew Franklin always looked up to his uncle, Allan Olvera, and saw him as a father figure.
He was one of those that wasn't afraid to be Indian in a time when you should have been afraid to be Indian.
As members of the Miwok tribe, Franklin says his uncle was always advocating for the Native American people. But in October 2001, Olvera's life was unexpectedly cut short. He was found beaten to death in his South Sacramento home. No one has ever been charged in his death.
It changed our family, it changed our history, it changed everything about who we are.
For years, Franklin and his family waited for justice, but it never came. Earlier this year, the Sacramento County District Attorney's Office decided to not pursue the case. Chief Deputy District Attorney Scott Triplett tells ABC 10, even though there is DNA and fingerprints, there is insufficient evidence to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt.
You give a jury DNA and fingerprints of the suspect at the scene of the crime, why are you taking that out of their hands to decide whether or not this is prosecutable?
Disappointed, the family reached out to the state attorney general's office for help. And now the family's request has been answered. The AG's office sent the family this letter stating they will review the DA's decision to not take the case.
Will that finally make things shake loose to make you arrest somebody? We hope so.
The Sacramento Chief Deputy DA Scott Triplett says he recognizes the Attorney General has the authority to review all criminal cases, but stands by the decision to not file any charges.
The fact is, you didn't even try. If the DA is elected to try and prosecute cases, why are they handpicking cases?
A spokesperson for the AG's office would only tell ABC 10 it is reviewing the case, but is unable to make any additional comments. For now, Franklin says he's going to keep fighting for justice for his uncle, but also his community.
To make sure that his life and legacy live on through scholarships, through song, through cultural preservation.
Jeannie joins us now. Jeannie, we know that the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office, they were the first to respond to this scene back in 2001, and they've been investigating ever since. Have they said if they have any persons of interest or a suspect at all?
Well, Alex, a spokesperson for the Sheriff's Office would only confirm to me that this is still an active case and they are actively working on it. Additional information could not be given to me without compromising this case.
And I do want to mention, we have previously spoken to Olvera's family and the detective on this case. They told us during the crime, items were stolen, including Native American artifacts. The family feels not only was a life taken, but some of their culture was taken too. So I just wanted to point that out. Jeannie, thank you so much for this update. We appreciate it.